Well, good morning, YouTubers, and I want to say big shout out to Semper Gumbie Nation. I'm Ben, and thank you for joining us on the Semper Gumbie channel today. We are headed for a short road trip out to Paducah, Kentucky, and we're gonna go ahead and meet up with an old friend. I haven't probably seen him in 20 somewhat years. We used to be stationed together. But we're gonna go pick up some of the Semper Gumbie sweatshirts, or the hooded sweatshirts, and go get lunch over there and just probably shoot a video of his operation, of his screen printing operation. So
there's a new day that will come again tomorrow. There's a new day to wash away the pain. There's a new day to take away.
As we crossed the state lines, the first city that we were approaching or coming to was Mayfield, Kentucky. And during the late evening of Friday, December 10th, 2021, at 8:49 p.m. Central Standard Time, a violent, long-tracked EF4 tornado moved across western Kentucky. This tornado had traveled several hundred miles, producing severe to catastrophic damage in numerous towns, including Mayfield, Princeton, Dawson Springs, and Bremen. There were 57 fatalities and 515 plus injuries. The speeds of the tornado was over 190 miles an hour, and today you can still see the after effects while driving through Mayfield. The sheer silence and just the devastation gave it an eerie feel as we drove across the state line. My hearts and prayers still go out to these families as they are still rebuilding, and they are Mayfield strong.
I will always think of you and me. Darling, you've got to keep holding on through the night, 'cause I promise you this: if you try to get some sleep, if you give up the fight, if only just for a bit, there's a new day. It is waiting for us. There's a new day waiting round the bend. There's a new day, and it will.
The Semper Gumbie channel. I'm Ben, and today we are in Paducah, Kentucky, here at a t-shirt screenshot. And I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine. We both served in the Coast Guard I've known him for over 20 plus years.
And both served in the Navy too.
Oh, and the Navy. So we're both Navy and we're both Coast Guard, retired. So
I want to introduce you to Mr. Mark Evans, a good friend of mine. And this, can you tell us a little bit about your t-shirt screening? And
been doing it for 25 years. Started in Yorktown. No, I actually started in Paducah, Kentucky. Basically doing just small orders. Did it in Yorktown, Virginia on the weekends, and been doing it for about 25 years now. So
actually, Mark did my first t-shirts with the Colonial Triathlon Club in Williamsburg. That was in 2001, and I still have the shirt. And it's still, you know, but I don't fit in it. That's why I can't wear it. But all the Semper Gumbie stuff you guys see on the channel and that we wear, and everybody that's out there that's got it, came from this shop here. And if you're looking to get stuff done, what would they need? Is there a minimum, or how do they go by doing the process?
Well, there's minimum is about 12 or 24. It's according to how many colors and the design, of course. And that's pretty much it. You know, pretty much on any kind of garments, t-shirts, long sleeve, hoodies. I do banners, do stickers. You know, anything that's in the screen printing, or the solvent ink, large format printing.
All right, you guys are going to see this tomorrow night on the live, so I can show it now because it'll be on the live feed, but this video will be released after the live feed. But you got Semper Gumbie on the side sleeve now, and the distress on the front. So these are now going back home with me, and they will be being used on the channel. So if you're looking to get stuff printed, get with Mark. And how can they get a hold of you?
I'll give you a card you can post,
okay,
with the information. It's got an email, it's got a phone number, and you know, we ship. We can ship anywhere. We ship all around the country. So.
And what type of files do they need to get you?
If possible, a Adobe Illustrator, a vector file. But if you don't have one, just send me the largest file you have, whether it's a JPEG or a TIFF or whatever, and maybe I can convert it, and you know, that'll start the process, and we can go from there.
So if you're looking to get stuff screened, printed on t-shirts, any kind of hoodies, decals,
do stickers, decals, banners.
Get with Mark, and I'll post the description and all the cards, everything in the video.
This is a process where the artwork has been approved. It's been printed out on this special film. It doesn't matter what color that goes in the screen. Everything will come out in black. Black or either halftones. This here is a halftone. And so what we do is we'll take this and we'll put it on a registration here, and it's going to be a little bit loud. What we do is we get a screen that's coated with this pink emulsion, or red, or whatever color this is, and it's a light sensitive emulsion. And so what'll happen is we'll take this, and this is just a registration, kind of a registration table. So when you do this, it gets in the same place when you put it on the machine. So then what you'll do is you'll take this, and of course you'll burn another screen for this color, but you'll put it in this.
No, when you said it burns colors, so that's why when you add colors, people think, you know, you can just add colors, but you got to charge for each.
Another screen.
Another screen, right?
Each screen.
So people need to be aware that if they have a multicolor colors, it's going to be additional costs.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Exactly. And then if you change color, I mean, when this is designed, it's designed on a certain color of shirt. So if you say, hey, I want that on a black shirt and a white shirt.
Okay.
It's completely different colors. And so what you do is you put it on this exposure unit, and this has special light, frequencies of lights that will actually expose. It'll expose everything around here that light touches. Where that light doesn't touch, it will not be exposed.
Okay.
And so it'll be soft. And so after we expose it, we'll take it down here to the washout booth. And obviously this is one that's been used already, but what happens is wherever that design is, that emulsion is soft. And so we'll just turn our water on, and we'll just spray that emulsion. And where that design was, it'll wash out.
Okay.
And so it's all washed out. I'll put it in front of a fan. It'll dry. Once it's dry, you have to kind of tape the insides, you know, and then it will dry in 10-15 minutes. And then what we'll do there is we will get it ready to put under press.
Okay.
So this is a screen that we did for the Semper Gumbie sleeves for the sweatshirts. So normally I do those on my manual machine. It's a little bit easier setup. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what color it is. A color is added here. So this is just a white ink. It's a plastisol ink, which is it will not dry. It stays this consistency here until it goes to the heater, and the heater will heat it up to about 320 degrees. That's when it cures.
Okay.
It's non-toxic. It's you could eat it if you could stand the bland taste.
So when you say that when it heated in that process, that's where a lot of the third party or other, they're not curing it, and they're not doing this process right, and that's where it washes off the.
Yeah, that's a sign of it's over time. It's going to fade a little bit.
Right.
You know, it's going to fade a little bit, but when you have it crack and wash completely off, that is a sign of not curing. When it comes through here, I get it up to about 420 degrees.
Okay. Because I've noticed a lot of some things that some people, you take it out of the washer, you're already missing stuff from the design and everything. But like I said, your stuff, I've got shirts that you did 20 years ago, and they're still holding on. So
the industry standard for screen printing is 25 washes.
okay.
That's the industry standard. Now, obviously, it'll last a lot longer than that.
So you're at that 25.
25 washes is the industry standard.
So okay.
But so what you do is of course you just do a squeegee, and you'll flood it, and then you'll print it. And what I'm doing here is, and so I don't have to flash it. Flashing is the process of, it's like painting white over a black wall. So I don't have to add a second coat. Now, if I was doing this on certain garments, you would have to print it with basically a base color of white, and then use a flash unit, which is just a heat unit that heats it and cures it to the touch, not cures it fully,
Okay.
but allows you to put a second coat on it. And that's when you want a real bright one. Now with the distress look, you can get away with not doing it, and on certain colors. The lighter the colors, the better.
Okay, I was
the
thinking-
military green works fine on.
Right.
So you may see a difference on the black here though.
Okay.
But what you do is you just, manually you just, and there's a certain technique you do get after a while of doing this. I've been doing this for 25 years, so. And that's what it looks like. We'd be able to sleep. Now this is not dry, of course.
Okay.
So
And then people that watching this know you can't get it like that, okay?
some techniques of people will go in here and
Do
will
stuff.
manipulate it, by hand, just so it looks like this.
I mean, that looks cool though.
Yeah, it
Like I
does
said.
look cool. Now you can do that in the program, but
But if you do it by hand, not everyone. Everyone will be a little.
every one will be
right?
different. Yeah,
That's cool though.
but that kind of gives it a different look. The thing about it too is if you mess it up, if you let's say you get a stray piece of ink there, I got a blaster over there that'll blast it out. That's used to, and then normally I'll just take it off of here, and it will go on the. My heater's not on, but it would go on the heater. There's a conveyor belt.
Okay.
It's normally I have this thing turned up about 822 degrees. So by the time that it gets out, it has reached that cure point.
Okay.
Of at least 320 degrees. Most of the time, again, I like to get it at, you know, around 400, just to make sure.
Okay.
So what we do, we just load the shirt on there. And there, you may not be able to see it. I just see it because I've been doing it so long. But there's a little bitty line, a little bitty seam right through there, and that kind of tells you the middle of the shirt, right through there. And of course, if we were in automatic mode, I would push the button, and it would. Well, let's do it. Because it won't, nothing will print right now.
Okay.
So if you push the button, it'll go around like this. This would print it. You know, you print here, print there, and then you just keep going around. You know, and as soon as you can get them off and load them up, you can make these go faster. You can make this go faster, so you can really start pumping them out. If you're doing colors on a let's say a light color shirt, normally you would do wet over wet, which means that you would do a color, next color to it, next color to it. With this shirt and with this design, since the red is the way it is, we're going to put a white color down with a white base under it, and then when we put the red on there, the red will pop a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, what we're going to do, I'm going to turn this one off because we don't have that one on there. And turn this one on, and we have to do this a couple times because one of the things about ink is it will. And this is you want the ink as thick as you can. And so a lot of times if it sits there, it thickens up a little bit. Obviously, this causes frictions, will loosen up the ink. The heater will also do some stuff. So let's say we got it set up. So this is the first print here. And I'm going to add some.
So it spreads it on.
Yeah,
Automatic?
it's there's kind of two functions of it. It floods it, and then you have a flood section, and then you have a print section. Let me do that again.
Okay.
But this is what it looks like, and it's still a little bit light. So we'll do it one more time.
So it automatically lines it up in everything then?
No, you line it up physically, line it up. So when I take this, if you notice, if you can see them, they got little registration marks here.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll put a sheet down here, and I will line this one up to that one, or vice versa.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you got it registered on here.
Okay. I was wondering how you do it. I was like, man,
Yeah.
you must have it.
No, you register it. Basically, this is the center line of your shirt or of your thing, and so you'll align up one of those to the center line, and then print on a white, and then you line up the next one too.
Okay.
So that's the way you do it. So we're going to do this one more time. It takes a little bit, you know, sometimes it takes you a little bit to set them up, but once you get them set up, man, you can go to town. And this is just a little quartz heating unit, and now it's dry to the touch. Wow. It's dry to the touch. And then it'll go around, and then as you put shirts on, it keeps doing them, and we'll come to the last. come to the last one, of course, I'll have to adjust this because I've got it off. But you'll put the squeegee down. And I'm gonna have to run this a couple times just simply because I haven't. And so you just again, we may have to run it a couple times just to. Yeah, I'm gonna do it one more time. And this is your shirt. You come over here and you see it better. And that's your shirt. Now this is dry to the touch. The red is not dry to the touch, and the red has got a white under base.
Okay.
And it makes the white come out just a little bit more. And then all we do now is we just take it out. And like I said, it will not cure until it goes through the heater.
Okay.
Heater's about at 795. Needs to be about 830, but we'll see what it comes out on the other side.
Sort of like the military toast bread machine. Remember that in the Navy?
Yeah, I remember that.
In the galley.
In the galley.
Everybody's waiting for
And
the
you know
toast.
they had that. You know they had that dishwasher that you'd put on there and went through there.
All the trays and
Yeah, and I remember in the Coast Guard when I was on the Eagle, I took my pants off and I put it through there because I bet somebody in the Coast Guard that I could wear a pants for like a week and not.
And did it clean it?
Yeah. And that's 753, something like that.
Okay.
And that's what it looks like when it comes out.
And that's the end process.
That's the end process right there. And it's the stress test. When you stretch it, it doesn't crack. That's the biggie.
Okay.
So it dumps off in there. Yep. Got a little bit off right there. Sometimes that heats up so high.
But that looks
Yeah.
cool.
Well, what happens is the ink is still hot and I stretched it.
Okay.
I shouldn't have done that. But that's what it looks like when it comes out. And
Cool.
that's pretty much it. And then once you get done with it, you just you can reuse it. You can store them or reuse them or kind of my paint corner, if you will, or my ink corner. This is all plastisol ink, and it's a lot of them are different colors or different custom colors that I've had. Of course, it doesn't dry. Again, it stays.
So you don't have to cover them. It just
Nope, don't cover. It stays this consistency there.
like pancake.
Yeah, like peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Like
yeah.
peanut butter. You know, there are chemicals that will thin it out, thicken it up, different stuff. So you can do a lot of different stuff with it.
But you can mix custom colors.
You can mix
right?
custom colors. There is a process of PMS colors that give you a color code. They're more expensive, but I can get pretty close to a PMS color. And then you got 4-color process paints. You got fluorescent paints.
Now the fluorescent
ink. I'm sorry.
I was told that they don't last longer. Is that true? The life of
No, fluorescent paints will last just as long as
Okay.
this if they're done right. I think the ones that don't last are the reflective paint.
Okay.
They make a reflective type paint that doesn't last long at all. They make a paint that is photosensitive, or an ink that's photosensitive that you put on a white shirt when it's exposed to sunlight. It'll come out. Sometimes they don't last that long. But pretty much all of this right here is just your regular plastisol will last a lot longer
They
time
got
if it's cured
glow.
right.
What about the glow in the dark stuff?
Glow in the dark does not last long.
Okay.
And it's real expensive.
Okay.
The name Your Serve came from basically a biblical scripture where Christ came to serve, and now it's Your Serve. So that's kind of how it evolved from that. And of course, I've been doing this for what, 25 years, 26.
Yeah, over 25. when you get old, you
very
forget.
long time.
So check out the description. Check out Your Serve. Get your t-shirts from here. And always remember to be Semper Gumbie. What's going on, Semper Gumbie Nation? And check out the new olive drab Semper Gumbie hooded sweatshirts. This thing is comfortable and it kicks ass. And I want to give a huge shout out to UServe Printing, Mr. Mark Emmons. You killed it, bro. You killed it. Yes! And if you want to get your Semper Gumbie hooded sweatshirt, they're going fast, so message me and I'll tell you how you can get one, and shipping is free. That's right, free. So get yours today, and always remember to be Semper Gumbie.